beans have been rinsed and thoroughly gone through to make sure that if there was any bad beans, that I've been able to take them out. And occasionally you might even find a rock or two that may be in there, or a twig. So that's the reason why you absolutely have to make sure that you rinse them well, because they are dirty, and make sure that you go through them so that you've eliminated anything that may be in there that isn't supposed to be. Now over in this pot I have just water and no salt. Remember, no salt. I am going to put the beans in this water. I need to bring it up to a boil, and I'm going to put the beans in the water. I'm going to let them simmer for about 10 minutes, and at the end of 10 minutes you'll be able to, I'll show you what they're going to look like. At the end of that 10 minutes we're going to put them back in the colander. We're going to rinse them out and rinse everything off of them. We're going to clean the pot. I'm going to put more water in there and do it over again. We're going to do that three times that we're going to rinse those beans. We're going to bring them up to a boil and rinse them. This is going to help to eliminate the bad sugars that cause the discomfort in our stomachs when we eat beans. Alright, the water's boiling. I'm going to add the beans. Make it a little steamy. That's okay. You'll notice that because they soaked all night, that some of the skins will come off. That's okay. After 10 minutes, you'll notice that you'll be able to see all of the foam that's around the corners and edges of the pan. What's going to happen is that we're going to rinse this well, rinse the beans well through a colander. We're going to wipe out the pot so that we get rid of all of that off the pot. We're going to refill the pot again, put the beans in a second time, bring them up to a boil again, and then pour everything off. This is their second rinse and boil. So we're going to do it this time 10 minutes, and then we'll pour everything off. Okay, I've turned the heat back up to high, and this is number 3. I'm going to bring it up to a boil, and this time once I pour that water out the next time, we'll be ready to actually cook and prepare the beans. The beans are now at a rolling boil, and I'll turn it down. I have it on 3, which is kind of, I guess you'd call it a low-high or a high-low, but I'm going to leave it on that 3 because it seems to be boiling pretty good for the next 2 hours. See you then. We are 2 hours into cooking the beans, and I've tasted them. They're nice and tender. You'll see they're still pretty juicy. I took the back of my spoon and mashed a little bit just to give it a little more substance, but they're really ready. And this is the point that if you're going to add salt, that you would place some salt into your taste. I don't think I'm going to need them, but or need it, but you certainly may. But always add salt at the end after they are fully cooked, because otherwise the skin of your beans will be extremely tough. So they're ready for dinner. Over in the other pot, I prepared, in the process, I guess, of preparing some cilantro lime uh, brown rice. Cilantro brown rice. And so they're finishing up. They're on the finishing end. So I think everything will come together in just a bit. And the rice will be nice and tender. It still has a little bit of soaking up of those liquids to take care of. I'll add the recipe on the blog. And they're very easy. And while the beans were preparing, the rice was preparing, so that everything finishes at the same time. Enjoy.